Hey, welcome in. This is Kyle is Wonderful here with another wrestling review. This is for NXT Level Up from July 8th, 2022, and it comes off the back of one of the worst SmackDowns of all time. So I just finished reviewing SmackDown. Worst show I've ever seen. There was no way that Level Up was going to be any worse. It had to be better. So I'm a half hour away from my birthday. Let me just have a quick drink of beer. I turned 36 tomorrow. I know I might not look it, but definitely should be a good show, and it was. So we'll get into it soon here. But yeah, shout out to everyone that joined me for my um SmackDown review. I know we had a lot of views tonight. Appreciate you all. Great birthday present having all you here. That was the most fired up I've ever been on a video. It reminds me of when I used to watch Bruce Blitz. I don't know if you guys watch Bruce Blitz. Bruce Blitz is basically JD from New York, but times two. Unfortunately, Bruce Blitz finally got so fed up with the wrestling business that he only covers sports now. But shout out to Bruce Blitz. You were definitely a big inspiration for me. But I know you're here for the NXT Level Up review, so I'll get in right into that. Just get one more drink. All right, so this has to be better than SmackDown, and it was. SmackDown was the worst show of all time. So we start out with Dante Chin's awesome music and his awesome entrance. Dante's from Singapore. He's got an Assassin's Creed looking entrance gear. Dante's been on NXT a long time, and he's barely had any storylines on the actual show. If you remember, he had a quick storyline where he felt disrespected by Zion Quinn, but then just got killed by Zion Quinn. So um, I really like Dante Chin. He's got great music. He's got a great look, and I think he's pretty good at wrestling. He's not amazing, but he's still learning. But he deserves a chance on the NXT 2.0 show for sure. He's been there for over a year now. Milesborne is going to be his opponent, who comes out to country music with a new buzz haircut. I like his old haircut better, but hair can always grow back. And we're told Milesborne just got engaged. He's from Willington, North Carolina. He has 17 years of folk style wrestling, even though he's only like 23, 24. So he's been folk style wrestling his entire life. And from what I've heard, they've never said it on TV or anything yet, but from what I've heard, Milesborne is deaf, or at least legally deaf. I think maybe um I know some people are legally blind. They can see a little bit, but not much. So maybe it's like that. I'm not quite sure, but we haven't been told that he's officially deaf. And but yeah, this should be a good match. They start out with grappling. Dante actually gets the upper hand on the 17 years of folk style wrestling guy and starts working over the arm of Milesborne. Some great back and forth grappling here. This is exactly what Milesborne is great at right here. Myles fights in honor of his late father, we're told. And then I note that they never told us this much information about Dante Chin, even though Dante Chin's been around forever. So I wish they would, because I don't know anything about Dante Chin's real life. Anyway, Myles has the advantage with his supreme amateur skills, and Dante dodges a lariat and hits a cross body to switch momentum. The pace quickens, but Myles just counters back and with a headlock to put the pace back to a slower one. Then one of the nastiest headlock takedowns I've ever seen in my life. And I'm so happy that Dante Chin didn't have to be carted out on a stretcher. So just picture this. He's got the headlock on, and he goes up, takes a step on the rope to like flip over and do that while maintaining the headlock, just spikes the top of Dante Chin right on top of his head, right into the mat. That looked nasty. Immediately after that, the ref counts 1, 2, 3. I thought Milesborne won, but no. Right after Dante got spiked on top of his head, he hooked the leg of Milesborne and outsmarted and out experienced um, the rookie Milesborne. Dante Chin is your winner by pinfall, and Dante looks definitely hurt. He's holding the top of his head a lot, but he gets up and celebrates. So I was so thankful to see Dante Chin get up from that. Go look up, if you're not going to watch this match, go look up the ending. Dante Chin spiked on the top of his head. It was ridiculous. So we actually get a promo. We get a promo on Level Up, thankfully. Nice. We have not seen enough promos on Level Up to this point, and hopefully this is the start of a change, because all about leveling up isn't just the wrestling. It's about getting experience on promos too. So even if they're absolutely the worst promos, you only get better with experience. Sometimes you never get better. Some people just don't have it in them, but you have to get some practice on a live television type deal, or not even live. It's tapes, recorded earlier. But anyway, in the back, Kelly Kincaid is with Edris and Malik. Edris and Enofe and Malik Blade. And Malik says that they're excited and pumped to face two of the strongest guys in NXT. They'll be fighting Bryson Montana and Damaris Griffin later, two of the bigger guys in NXT. And if you might remember them from the Ivy Nile Challenge, when she was testing some of those big guys in the endurance and stuff. So Idris then says, what we have that they don't have is teamwork and chemistry. And these were decent promos. They said a little bit more, but I didn't write them word for word. And like I said, I'm really glad that they're getting the practice here on Level Up. At least at the very least, not as many people watch Level Up. It's not on like national TV or anything. So I hope we see more promos. They should have every time on Level Up when they come out, we should see in the little corner picture in picture of a pre-taped promo of them saying just like 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 15 seconds of a promo. So I wish they would do that for every single match. That's the only way to actually get better, or to actually prove to people that you can talk. Maybe they don't think you can talk, but given all these little 15 seconds every time they have a Level Up match, you might be able to actually show people that you can talk, thus giving you more time to talk on the show. See how that works? So I don't understand why they don't do that. If they suck, they suck, and just air it. And then maybe we could see if they actually get better. And it's always fun to watch them grow. That's the whole point of people only watch Level Up because they're interested in watching people start from the very beginning and maybe going on to have a Hall of Fame career. That's literally the only draw to this show. That's the reason I watch it, and that's the only reason, like, maybe if you're hearing my voice right now, I'm sure that's the only reason you watch it. Also, you're a big NXT fan, but that has to do with it as well for me, because I'm not going out there watching every single indie promotion in the world. That's also a great way to find people from their start and watch their entire career progression. I'm not a WWE fan. I'm not an AEW fan. I'm not a New Japan fan. I'm not whatever. What I am is I'm a wrestling fan, and I like to watch the wrestlers stories from beginning to end, which is why, like, even though I say the word wrestling, I don't really necessarily like the WWE style. I like to watch people progress from beginning to end. So having people on Level Up here cut promos along with their matches are good, but I don't understand why they don't have people cut that little 15-second promo. Say like not Kayla, that was her older name. Say Kiana James is coming out and she's making her entrance, and then you hear Kiana James say something like about math, and cutting a 10-15 second promo picture in picture as she's making her entrance here on Level Up. So I wish that's what but at least we got a promo this week, so that's at least one is infinitely more than zero. So let me get another quick drink. Almost my birthday. I'll take a like up. Hit me that thumbs up for my birthday. So Ariana Grace comes out next. So if you were here for I can't remember if it was last week or 2 weeks ago, but I think it was 2 weeks ago. Ariana Grace came out with her namesake's Ariana Grande's top style ponytail, and this week she's back to her normal hair. So maybe that another thing that Level Up is good for, trying different looks, see if they work or not. I think that's a smart decision. Sure, the Ariana Grace is inspired by Ariana Grande, but you don't want to be an Ariana Grande complete ripoff. And by having the top ponytail and having her name be Ariana Grace, just looks like you're a cheap imitation of Ariana Grande, which I like the name. I like the name Ariana Grace, but yeah, don't ever wear the top ponytail ever again, because you're just going to be compared to someone that you don't want to be compared to, if you catch my drift. So she is great. She has great music. She looks great. This is this daughter. I almost said son, but this is the daughter of Santino Marella. And thankfully, she's been wearing different gear that doesn't quite show as much of her butt. I just keep every time that she had her butt hanging out there, I would just think, oh man, Santino Marella is watching his own daughter right now, and that's to watch her butt jiggle around. Like I guess there's a lot of people, and there's people that have SW workers as daughters, and that's not the end of the world. So, I mean, maybe that's just why I'm not a dad. I don't want to have to deal with that stuff, among other things. Plus, I just think the world's crap. So why would I want to bring anyone into it? I'm looking out for their well being. Anyway, Yulisa Leon is going to be her opponent in a rare singles match here, but I was excited for that. You remember she's part of the Pan Am connection with her partner Valentina Ferrar, and we've got new salsa music for apparent probably both, but maybe this is singles music for Yulisa Leon. Maybe they have different music for when they're a tag team, but it's salsa music, and Yulisa Leon is from Mexico. She salsa dances her way to the ring, and the crowd loves her. Big cheers for Yulisa Leon and her partner who comes out with her, Valentina Ferrar. So Grace isn't impressed by any of this dancing or the cheers. That was funny. Good character work by Arianna, who establishes herself as the heel here, and rightfully so with that response for for Yulisa. So we start with a collar and elbow that surprisingly, I write down here, surprisingly won by the larger Grace. Grace must have 20 pounds advantage at least. And but I forget. I had completely forgotten. Yulisa Leon comes into WWE with a powerlifting background, almost on the Olympic level. So yes, Yulisa Leon is giving up maybe 20 pounds to Ariana Grace in this match, but Yulisa Leon almost went to the Olympics for powerlifting. So the smaller Yulisa Leon actually has the strength advantage, and she shows that by slamming down Ariana Grace hard. Ariana then works a headlock and takes down Grace again. Then Yulisa shows off some good lucha moves. She's the first ever female born in Mexico to join WWE. I don't know why I said USA. Yulisa flips to avoid some attacks and then poses. So good stuff. Good work here from Yulisa. This is the best match I've ever seen her have. And this crowd goes wild at that. Grace then gets mad, but Yulisa counters her again. Grace strikes her way out of a suplex to gain back control. The crowd's booing her big time. They want Yulisa to win. Grace works over the arm for a while now, but it looked really good, really convincing offense, really aggressive looking work on the arm. It looked like she was actually hurting her. Valentina tries to rally Yulisa from the ringside. The crowd joins in soon after. Grace is still working on the arm and then goes for an arm bar. Yulisa is able to fight it off like 2 or 3 times so that it's not fully extended. And Yulisa uses her power to get into a pinning position twice. On the second one, Ariana Grace transitions the armbar into a triangle choke, but the power lifter Yulisa powers to her feet, slamming her way out of the hold. Great move there. And Yulisa hits a flapjack, again, selling her arm. Good job selling. Yulisa then hits a clothesline with the good arm, and then hits a really nice looking missile drop kick from the top rope. Pause right there. I love the drop kick, but I hate when people do a move that's clearly going to mess up your arm really bad. Like hitting a missile drop kick with a dead arm is like, if this was a real match, it would spell doom. So I hate when people do that, but it did look nice. I do like that part, but I'm not going to it's not even like a rookie mistake. People that are 20-year veterans do that stuff all the time. And it's not just like the Young Bucks, it's everybody, if you were thinking along that route. But anyway, Yulisa hits the so her finisher here, really, really nice finisher. I don't know if I've ever seen this finisher in my entire life. So picture this with me. Yulisa's, it's almost like, I would call it almost a backwards, almost flipping world's strongest slam, but it's not quite a backflip. Instead, it's like a fall away slam where you've got a hold of your opponent, and then instead of letting go on the fall away slam, you hold on and then bridge and slam them into the ground, like bridging backwards, then kind of just roll, flip around over for the pin. What a freaking move. It was a tiny bit clunky. She needs to work on it a little bit, but like I'm saying, probably been done before, but I don't think I've ever seen it. Very cool move. And if she can perfect this, it'll be one of the great finishers in wrestling. So that was awesome. This gets the 1, 2, 3, of course. Awesome, awesome move, awesome match. Love this match. And I would love to see you listening, Leon, in some more singles matches, or at the very least, can we please get the Pan Am connection on TV more often? So it's only the main event next. Let me get another quick drink. I'm 12 minutes away now from my birthday. I'll try and extend this to my when my birthday hits, so we can all have a celebration together. So Damaris Griffin and Bryson Montana are going to take on Edris Enofe and Malik Blade in a pretty good on paper match, and ends up being pretty good. So again, like I said, if you don't know who Damaris Griffin and Bryson Montana are, you might have seen them in the Ivy Nile Challenge a month or so ago when she was challenging a bunch of the new recruits. So instead of wearing his normal bulletproof vest, now Bryson Montana comes out wearing like a hitman style outfit. He's wearing a suit coat with leather gloves and dress pants. So a new look here for Bryson Montana, inspired off of Hitman. It looks pretty good on him. I did like his other look though. He had a really cool like bulletproof vest that he would wear out to the ring. But I can take it. I can dig it. I mean, Idris Enofe and Malik Blade come out, and Idris just cuts the music right away. He's got a microphone, and definitely go look this up if you're an Idris and Malik fan, because they now do their own entrance. It was pretty funny. I didn't write it down word for word, so definitely go watch this entrance. But at the ending, Malik says the only words Malik says was at the very end. He goes, "Orlando, get ready to climax." And even the announcers laughed at that one, like unexpectedly. They didn't know it was gonna happen, and it caught him off guard. So Malik's gonna start this match with Damaris Griffin. Damaris uses his size advantage early, so Damaris Griffin and Bryson Montana are both two big guys. They're both from Texas. They both played football. Bryson Montana was in the Navy. I think Damaris Griffin tried to go pro in football but didn't make it and stuff like that. So two big Texans from that played football and stuff. And so yeah, Damaris uses a size advantage early here, but Malik shows his great agility, great moves here from Malik Blade to dodge the next couple moves and hit a picture perfect drop kick where he jumped about 7 feet in the air. Idris now tags in but gets caught by the bigger guys, and Idris is able to block really nicely, evade a double team move by Bryson and Damaris, and then tags back out to Malik. And then they hit a really nice double team move on Damaris. It was like a big boot back elbow combo, really well timed. Great stuff by Malik and Edris. Damaris is able to tag out, so Bryson comes in. He's jacked. He's the one that made it all the way to the final person in the IVNL challenge. He's a big jack dude, so he comes in, takes out pretty much both guys, but slams Malik down with a big throw. Damaris now tags back in and hits a choke bomb, a good looking choke bomb. That was unexpected for a 2 count. And Damaris locks in a bear hug, transitions that into a nice looking spine buster. Good stuff. The best match I've ever seen out of Damaris. He's only had maybe 3 or 4 on NXT. And probably the best match I've seen out of Bryson as well. And like I said earlier, the best match I've seen out of Yulisa Leon. And what was the first match? In that one, I mean, there was only like the second or third match we've seen of Milesborne. So of course, it was the best one I've seen out of him. But yeah, that's a good sign when everybody's pretty new, but having all their best matches. That means they're improving. So back to this main event match. I remember Damaris was going crazy. Bryson now tags in and he wears down Malik with his really big size. Bryson Montana, instead of wrestling in tights like he was, now has dress pants. Remember, he came out with a Hitman style suit and leather gloves. So he's changed his gimmick from like military guy to hitman, which isn't quite too far from each other. You could retire from the military and then become a hitman. So that's not like a stretch. It's not like going from a military guy to male cheerleader or something like that. Which I'm sure happens a lot less than the other way, than becoming hitmen. Anyway, this match, really good. And that, though, that new gear also matches Damaris Griffin. So if they are going to be a tag team going forward, he matches Damaris a lot more now. So Damaris and Edris both tag in now, and it goes back and forth. Then a suplex on Damaris. So Edris was, showing off. Not only is he agile, but he has the strength of the suplex, the much larger Damaris Griffin. Out of nowhere now, this heats up now. So stick with me on this if you're not a fan, if you haven't been watching Level Up. But Quincy Elliot all of a sudden comes out. Now Quincy is tagged with both Damaris Griffin and Bryson Montana in the past here on Level Up. I think only once each. So Quincy comes out, he does a quick twerk. Like, if you haven't seen Quincy, he's that kind of guy. Maybe, I don't know what the quite usage of the effeminate, you might say, and is twerking. This distracts Damaris Griffin. Idris and Malik are able to win off of this distraction. So maybe we're not really told what happened here, but from someone that watches all the Level Ups, I'm assuming Quincy Elliot is upset that Bryson and Damaris chose each other to tag with, as opposed to choosing Quincy Elliot, because Quincy Elliot had one tag team match each with those guys and never a second one. So now, Bryson and Damaris, this is their second time teaming. So all of them had a triangle of having one match with as each other as a tag team. But the first time there was a second one was Bryson and Damaris teaming together. Seemingly, remember, now their outfits even match. So I'm sure Quincy's a little upset and heartbroken over that. He seems like a emotional kind of guy, you might say. So Quincy gets them to lose here, and I'm sure we'll see more of this. Maybe that signals that we're not only going to get promos on Level Up going forward, but maybe some storylines. So it's been a while. We have seen like maybe one or two storylines and one and two promos in a while, but I feel like 2 months have passed now without any promos or any storylines. I think Quincy was in one of those original storylines when he was feuding with Joe Gacy on Level Up. So Quincy Elliot getting multiple storylines on Level Up. Quincy Elliot is Level Up, apparently. So we'll see where that goes. I was enjoying Quincy Elliot more when he was just trying to be accepted as someone different, as opposed to now he comes out kind of acting like the world's largest love machine, Viscera. If you ever were around during Raw, that was like Raw 2007 or so. So he basically acts like that, maybe mixed with a little bit of Gold Dust, which I think before it was his natural self, and now they have him acting more like world's largest love machine, Viscera or Gold Dust. But it might make him a star. Like, we're in the business of making people stars, so you never know. If you didn't see on Impact, they've got Killer Kelly, who has an MMA background, coming in with an SW worker. And if you don't know what SW worker is, it also means she's a lady of the night. So this big tough MMA girl comes into Impact, and they give her a gimmick of she's a lady of the night that likes seedy motels. So I would say, like, sometimes people just need a little je ne sais quoi to become stars. So we'll see how this ends up being. I'm not going to bury it right now, but it ends up being a pretty good show overall. Let's see. So NXT is back on tour. I think they might have even been on tonight. So let me check and see if the NXT House Show from tonight is up. We can maybe go through those quick results. Let me check it out. Nope, I don't see the results up yet. So make sure you tune in to my NXT 2.0 review, and I always go through if there's any live results to go through. So I'm going to try and milk this for another 3 minutes to have my happy birthday celebration on air. So let's just kind of go over what we might think might happen with these guys that we've seen tonight. Going forward, it looks like Damaris Griffin and Bryson Montana are going to be an established tag team. They now have matching gear. and they look good together. So we might see another tag team formed here. We also saw we might have seen one tag team form, and we might have seen one tag team not quite end, but Yulisa Leon showed that she is a good singles wrestler. So maybe we'll see more singles matches out of Yulisa Leon. And if you haven't seen her finisher, go find her finisher. It's like a backwards inverted bridging world's strongest slam. Can you can you even imagine what that would look like? So go look that one up. I love when I see new finishers, especially over here on a Level Up show. And we also saw Milesborne again. He's looking amazing. Not Born again, but Milesborne. Although Milesborne again would be a good gimmick if he has to, I don't know, turn heel at a point. Maybe you could call him Milesborne again. But yeah, from what I understand, he is a deaf wrestler, which that is going to make it tough because a lot of times, remember, you're communicating in the ring like reverse this, or remember, if you've ever seen a John Cena match, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Clothesline me now. All right, now reverse it. But yeah, if you're deaf, then you have to plan the entire match out before you even go out there, and you have to have a really good memory, and you also have to have your opponents have a really good memory because you might not be able to verbally communicate while the match is going on. He might be really good at lip reading, but is he going to be able to look at someone's lips if they're in the middle of a match? So he might be able if the referee tells him something. So now the referee might be able to go up to him and say something like in his face where he might be able to lip read, and maybe that's how they can get around it a little bit. And from what I've heard, it's not even 100% confirmed. So it's almost kind of a rumor still that Milesborne is a deaf man, but he's really cool. He's got 17 years of folk style wrestling, like I said, even though he's only like 23 years old. So this guy, I think he's deaf, and he started wrestling amateur at the age of 5 or 6. So really, really cool guy to keep an eye on. He also has the facial structure and like basically the face of Randy Orton, like a young Randy Orton. So that might either hurt him or help him going forward. People might compare him to Randy Orton, but if he has his own thing going on, and I think it could hurt. It could help him. As far as Dante Chin, I still don't understand why we don't ever see Dante Chin on NXT 2.0 ever. Ever since he got absolutely killed by Zion Quinn, which had to have been over 6 months ago. That had to have been like 8 months ago that Zion Quinn destroyed Dante Chin. And we've never seen him on NXT 2.0 ever again, but he's been a regular on Level Up. They've definitely found think something of him. Dante Chin has amazing music. He's got an amazing entrance gear with smoke and fog machines and stuff like that. So I think they're hoping that he's a really good guy. He reminds me of they got a couple other Asians on the roster that have been there forever that they also haven't fired. Boa and Ru Fang. So Boa, Ru Fang, and Dante Chin, and Erica Yan have all really never made it. I mean, used to see Boa on. We used to see Boa all the time, but yes, Boa is still on the Level Up. I mean, still on the NXT roster. We just never see Boa anymore. So now it is officially my birthday. I'm gonna get going. Happy birthday to me. I will actually be back in a little bit with a Rampage review if you're looking for that. So I'll be back in about an hour with the Rampage review. And then tomorrow I also review NWA. So go check that out as well. I'll talk to you guys again real soon. After that, I'm just going to go enjoy my birthday tomorrow. So give me a like up for my birthday. It's officially my birthday as 1 minute ago. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And I hope you have a good one. Peace.